Our bones are known to be working with calcium. But have you ever wondered how this calcium helps make bone matrix? To understand this calcium connection, you will be watching this video. The bone matrix appears white due to the deposition of calcium phosphate crystals onto the collagen gridwork. Let's break down the process of ossification, which is also known as bone formation, and how it leads to the white color of the bone matrix. As the embryo progresses through its developmental stages, the transformation of the cartilage model into bone becomes a remarkable process involving intricate cellular activities and essential tissue interactions. Once the blood vessels invade the cartilage model, they bring along a cohort of specialized bone-forming cells called osteoblasts. Osteoblasts play a pivotal role in bone formation and are often referred to as bone builders. These cells are characterized by their large size and spider-shaped appearance, reflecting their active and dynamic nature. The osteoblast's primary responsibility is the synthesis and deposition of the bone matrix, which is a complex combination of organic and inorganic materials that make up the building blocks of bone. The most crucial organic component of the bone matrix is collagen, a fibrous protein that imparts tensile strength and flexibility to the growing bone tissue. The osteoblasts meticulously produce long, thin, and flexible collagen fibers, akin to scaffolding, that form a crisscrossing gridwork within the cartilage model. This intricate collagen gridwork provides the foundation upon which the bone will be shaped and strengthened. The flexibility of collagen is essential at this stage, as it allows the bone to withstand mechanical stresses during growth and development without being too rigid or brittle. The osteoblast's meticulous work sets the stage for the next phase of bone formation, which is mineralization. As the collagen gridwork is laid down, osteoblasts extract essential minerals, including calcium ions and phosphorus, from the bloodstream. These minerals are key players in the process of bone mineralization, which confers rigidity and hardness to the bone tissue. The extracted calcium ions and phosphorus are combined to form hydroxyapatite, a complex crystalline compound of calcium phosphate. This hydroxyapatite acts like bone cement, filling in the spaces within the collagen gridwork and gradually transforming the once flexible and pliable cartilage model into a solid and rigid structure. As the hydroxyapatite crystals accumulate on the collagen framework, they eventually hide the underlying collagen fibers, giving the bone matrix its characteristic white appearance. The mineralization process is a delicate balancing act, as it needs to be tightly regulated to ensure that the bone remains strong, yet not overly brittle. Throughout bone development, osteoblasts work diligently to continue depositing minerals and shaping the bone matrix. However, Some osteoblasts become trapped within the mineralized bone matrix and differentiate into osteocytes, which are mature bone cells responsible for maintaining bone tissue integrity and facilitating communication within the bone. The deposition of calcium phosphate crystals, specifically hydroxyapatite, onto the collagen gridwork is a critical step in the process of bone mineralization, which transforms the cartilage model into a solid and rigid bone structure. Let's explore this process in more detail. Firstly, initiating mineralization. As the osteoblasts continue their activity within the developing bone, they reach a crucial stage where they transition from primarily depositing collagen fibers to initiating the mineralization process. This transformation is triggered by the controlled release of specific signaling molecules and proteins that regulate bone mineralization. Then extraction of minerals. Osteoblasts are equipped with specialized membrane proteins and transporters that allow them to extract essential minerals, primarily calcium ions and phosphorus, from the bloodstream. These minerals are vital for the formation of hydroxyapatite, the principal mineral component of bone. Formation of hydroxyapatite crystals. The extracted calcium ions and phosphorus combine in a precise chemical arrangement to form hydroxyapatite. Hydroxyapatite is a complex crystalline compound with a unique structure that provides rigidity and strength to the bone tissue. Then nucleation sites and crystal growth. Once the hydroxyapatite formation begins, it needs a starting point or nucleation site for crystal growth. The collagen fibers within the gridwork of the cartilage model serve as these nucleation sites. The hydroxyapatite crystals start to form around the collagen fibers, gradually growing and intertwining with the collagen framework. Now, what are needle-shaped crystals? As the hydroxyapatite crystals grow, they assume a sharp, needle-like shape. These needle-shaped crystals are aligned along the collagen fibers, creating a tightly packed and interlocking structure. This arrangement enhances the bone's mechanical properties, making it capable of withstanding various stresses and forces exerted on it during movement and weight-bearing activities. Then there is matrix mineralization. The deposition of hydroxyapatite onto the collagen gridwork continues, gradually mineralizing the entire matrix. The hydroxyapatite crystals fill the spaces between collagen fibers, effectively cementing them together. As more and more hydroxyapatite is deposited, the cartilage model becomes progressively replaced by a mineralized bone matrix. After that, maturation of bone tissue. As the hydroxyapatite crystals accumulate and the bone matrix solidifies, the once soft and flexible cartilage model undergoes a profound change. It matures into a mineralized bone tissue with the necessary strength and durability to function as a supportive structure in the body. Then lastly, there is continued ossification. As the body grows and develops, bone formation continues throughout life, particularly during periods of rapid growth, such as childhood and adolescence. Osteoblasts remain actively involved in the process of ossification, continually depositing hydroxyapatite crystals onto the collagen matrix. This ongoing deposition of minerals further reinforces the bone's strength and density, making it more resilient and capable of supporting the body's weight and providing structural support. During adulthood, bone formation and resorption, bone breakdown, reach a delicate balance, resulting in a state of bone remodeling. This process is essential for maintaining bone health and adapting the skeleton to meet the body's changing needs. Bone remodeling is orchestrated by a coordinated action between different bone cells, primarily osteocytes and osteoclasts. Let's talk about osteocytes and bone communication. As the bone matures and the mineralization process progresses, some osteoblasts become embedded within the mineralized bone matrix and differentiate into osteocytes. Osteocytes are mature bone cells, and they are the most abundant cell type in mature bone tissue. Once embedded, osteocytes form a network of communication channels called canaliculi, which connect neighboring osteocytes and allow them to exchange biochemical signals. This network of interconnected cells forms a vital communication system within the bone, enabling cells to sense mechanical stresses and coordinate bone remodeling in response to these signals. What is bone remodeling process? Bone remodeling is a dynamic process that involves both bone resorption and bone formation. Osteoclasts are specialized cells responsible for bone resorption. They secrete enzymes that dissolve the mineralized matrix and break down the bone tissue, releasing calcium and other minerals into the bloodstream. On the other hand, osteoblasts and osteocytes work in concert to lay down new bone tissue in areas where remodeling is needed. Osteoblasts deposit new collagen and hydroxyapatite, rebuilding and strengthening the bone structure. This constant cycle of resorption and formation allows the bone to adapt to changing mechanical loads, repair microdamage, and maintain mineral homeostasis. What about mechanical stress and bone adaptation? Bone remodeling is significantly influenced by mechanical stress and loading placed on the skeleton. When bones experience mechanical forces, such as weight bearing or muscle contractions during physical activity, the osteocytes sense these stresses and transmit signals to initiate remodeling in the affected areas. In regions experiencing increased stress, bone formation is stimulated, resulting in increased bone density and strength. Conversely, areas subjected to reduced stress may undergo bone resorption, reducing bone density. This adaptive process helps maintain bone integrity and prevents the accumulation of weak or damaged bone tissue. That was all about the calcium connection in the bone matrix. Keep watching us for more.
Ever felt overwhelmed by the traditional way of learning medicine? Enter the future of education with digital learning. Whether you're refining your knowledge of biochemistry or immersing in cell biology, it's all there. Understanding complex medical subjects has never been easier or more efficient with engaging, interactive content. Welcome to the new age of medical education. Learn anywhere, anytime, at your pace. Powering your medical journey. sqadia.com